Welcome to my Scrappin Space. I'm Joni Martin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in Southwest Wisconsin, and I'm here to share with you the beautiful and versatile Nests of Winter Suite from the September to December mini catalog. What do you say we get my face out of the way and do some creating? So Nest of Winter is in the September to December mini catalog. If you don't have the catalog yet, reach out to your favorite Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you don't have a demonstrator, let me know. I'd love to send you a catalog. I'm on pages 30 and 31 of the catalog. And I think this suite is probably the most versatile suite in this catalog. Yes, you can do Christmas cards, but it has a play on colors and prints. Primarily it's birds, which I think work for birthday, thinking of you, get well, sympathy. It has a variety of size of print and a variety of colors. We have pool party. We have lots of neutrals. We have some red. We just have colors that really work with everything. And we have a great die. Look at this. And I'm not using it today, but you will see more cards from me. We have dies that cut out birds, and we have stamped images that you can color and cut. And guess who's not going to be doing that? But these you can also cut these images from the paper. And just some lovely sentiments. And you certainly could be doing some Christmas things with the wreaths. There's a lot you can do with this. I'm going to show you something simple you can do with it today that plays on two of the papers. So look at these lovely little birds. I'm going to quick grab a piece of that paper so you can see what I started with, because it's one of those great papers where you could cut it and make 6 card fronts and do nothing else with it. Or you could do as I did and grab a smaller piece of it. It also would be great for scrapbooking. So I started with a piece like this, and you can just cut it and get 6 card fronts and stamp something on there. But we just kind of did a little different. It also has a lovely embossing folder. The embossing folder is called Birch Wood. It has a direction, which is kind of nice, and we're going to use that today. So what I did was cut a smaller piece that I just showed you that I'm going to highlight by adding a mat, and then I'm picking up, what would we call those? Pussy willows, maybe? That print here, and using that as my background. So let's begin with this one, because this is the one we're going to run through the cut and emboss machine. I have a standard 4 by 5 1/4, and I went 1/8 of a size down. So this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I have some very creative friends who hate to cut in 1/8, and you can always cut in 4ths. You'll just see more of your mat. There we go. And then we're going to emboss. My print is going this way, so I want that to follow the pattern of the embossing folder. If my print was going across, I would put it in this way. We're going to put it in this way so that the embossing also goes up and down. I'm going to line it up at that line at the bottom. Make a little room here and grab our cut and emboss machine. When I get a new embossing folder, I put the title, the name of the embossing folder, and what plates. And for this one, I need plates 1 and 4. You always use 1 with the Stampin' Up cut and emboss machine. And it kindly has a 1 on it for us. I'm going to lay this down, fold first, Stampin' Up logo on top, trying to get in the camera there. There we go. Then we're just going to run it through. In the cut and emboss system, plate 4 is the gray plate, and it also has a number on it. Look how smoothly this runs. If it's not running this smoothly through the machine you're using, just stop. Make sure you have the correct plates and that nothing is jammed, like it went in uneven. The papers in this suite, it's just so fun to play with and create with them. They kind of tell you what to do. There we go. So here we have, and I know it's hard to see on camera, but we have texture here. Just kind of figure, yep, I don't know if you're going to see it, but it just adds just one more layer of interest to your card. Okay, I went with an early espresso card base because it's such a neutral, and whatever I use this card for, it will work. And I'm going to attach that to the front of this card. This embossing folder, yeah, you can see that, has a lot of texture. And if I were to use my favorite tape runner, my favorite adhesive, it could kind of float over the top of that heavily embossed area and may not adhere the way we want. So this is a job for a liquid glue. Our multi-purpose glue is perfect because it kind of gets in those crevices and it's going to just land where we need it to. There we go. Just like that. And I got a little crazy with glue. Does that ever happen to you? So I have some extra glue that wants to come out from the back. So I'm going to grab just a scrap of paper. I'm reaching down to my recycle bin here. Here, let's just grab this. It's closer, it's easier. But I'm just using paper to lift that extra glue. And then when it dries, if I have any residue left, wow, I really did get crazy with the glue there. I'll take an adhesive eraser and get rid of it. Okay, moving on. I'm going to mat this, and this is a 3x4 piece. So my mat is 1/8 of an inch bigger, so it's 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And again, if you don't like eighths, cut in fourths. And we're just going to center that. Let's get this in the camera. There. Then I'm using dimensionals to pop that up. And these come off the sheet with sticky already on the back. They're really another way to just add, again, another layer of interest to your card. As long as you just use one layer, they aren't going to impact the cost of postage. I'm going to take that off. Take off the backs. I put all my backs in the little containers off camera here. Lovely little jar. A demonstrator friend taught me that because these are very staticky and they end up clinging to clothes, to shoes, and they wander around my house that way. This way they're all contained. And those of you who watch me know I really struggle when I have to center things, but I felt like this centered was the best use. Like usually I put things in the corner, but for this card design, centered seemed to work. So we're gonna go there. Now this suite also has some really versatile embellishments, and I'm just going to use 3 of these. And on this card, I used more of a neutral. I think we're going to go for a little more color on this one. Let's grab these. And where you put them, especially with this design where you cut up this, the birds are going to land in different places, and that may impact where you want to put them. I'm going to go with 3 because we know that's what we do. And I have, let's just go down here. Let's go there. I put 1 by itself and 2 closer together. So it forms a roughly triangular shape. Oh, I think I like the embellishments with a little more color to them. There we go. This is a card you could send for lots of reasons. I chose to use a sentiment from the stamp set that says, thinking of you always. And again, that's this sentiment you could send for a lot of reasons. It could go in a sympathy card. It could go in someone struggling with some illness. I could send it to my aunt who's in a nursing home in Minnesota who loves to get mail. And I think that might be where this one's going. And this print has a direction, meaning there's a top and a bottom. So I'm going to make sure it's going the correct way. on this strip. And then liquid glue is great for this because I can kind of get this where I want it. I'm going to set that aside, give it a second just to set up. And we're going to take the same print and put it on our envelope flap. Look at the back of this. This is birch. Oh, this paper. You may get tired of seeing cards from this paper. I love this paper pack. Just so much you can do with it. Okay, and that's going to go there. Let's do a little trimming. Scissors helps. There we go. I'm just trimming right into my little bowl that collects that. Look what that does for that simple sentiment, but we've just really kind of upped the game by adding just a scrap of paper you probably would have recycled anyway. And when someone gets your decorated envelope, they're going to think there's something special in there. I want to open that one first. There we go. So we're just going to add this to the inside of our card. This suite has a lot of potential, and if you invest in just one paper pack or one paper pack and bundle, I think it might be this one because I think it can do so much. You certainly could make Christmas cards with it. There we go. See what that does, that print paper? It just finishes it. There's our card from Nests of Winter. Thanks for watching me. I really do appreciate it more than you know. If you liked what you saw, please share it with your crafty friends. Until next time, take care and keep crafting. It's good for you.